All right, today we're going to talk about absolute brushstrokes. So we just finished up our unit on sentence structure, and then we reviewed prepositions and prepositional phrases, and a lot of that was in preparation to look at brushstrokes. So brushstrokes are phrases we can add to regular simple sentences, compound sentences. They're extra information that can be taken out or removed from the sentence without altering the meaning of the sentence. And they function in all different ways, but mostly they function as adjectives. So they give us more information. They add some descriptive factors. And the first one we're going to do is called an absolute. So an absolute is a noun plus an ing word. So it's placed often at the beginning of a sentence, and it goes right before the noun it describes. And I'm going to show you some examples of that in a minute. So we're going to show you on the next slide. All right, so if you look at this picture, you've got the skydiver, and he's falling to earth in a way that I'm not sure I would ever want to. But you begin with your simple sentence about the skydiver. So remember, a simple sentence is just one idea, one subject, one verb. So we've got our skydiver as our subject. He's gliding toward the earth from 2,000 feet. That's our verb, right? So we begin with that simple sentence. So then we add a noun and an ing word to the beginning of the sentence, and that creates the absolute. So if I'm looking at him, I could talk about his arms. I could talk about his legs. Those are some nouns I see in the picture. I could talk about his hair. I could talk about other things I can't particularly see, like his heartbeat or his brain or his eyes, thinking about what it would feel like to be that guy. And I'm going to add it to the beginning of my sentence. So I look here, I've got heart pounding, which is my noun, and my verb. Notice that the verb ends in ing. Arms stretching, the skydiver glided toward the earth from 20,000 feet. So by adding those, they don't change the meaning of the sentence. They can be removed from the sentence, but they give us more information and they create imagery. It's a way for us to see more in our heads of this guy gliding to the earth. So you want to make sure that your absolute focuses on a noun. So you'll see this heart pounding, arm stretching focuses on the skydiver, which was our subject of the sentence. It's giving more information. It should add to the main sentence, but it's removable. And you're going to notice that it's set apart by commas. Those commas act like Velcro. You can stick it to the sentence or you could remove it. It's not like glue. It's not a permanent attachment. So anything that can be added can be taken away in terms of using the comma for an absolute. So now we've got this guy, right? The man struggled to keep the kayak upright in the whitewater rapids. So we've got the man as our subject, and he's struggling to keep the kayak upright. So I look at him and I see he's got arms. He's probably breathing heavy. I'm thinking his head is full of water. I'm thinking his legs might be cramping. His heart might be thumping. So I'm thinking of all those nouns that I can use, right? So arms, heart, eyes, legs, like things that are happening. Because we're writing about the man, we don't want to talk about the water. So we're not going to say water splashing, the man struggled to keep the kayak. We're talking about the man. So we're adding imagery about the man, right? So the way the writer of this book does it is they say arms stroking, body twisting, the man struggled to keep the kayak upright in the whitewater rapids. So I want you to pause the video right here, and I want you to write down the definition of an absolute. So it's a noun plus an ing verb added at the beginning to add imagery. And then write anything else that I said that you think is important. All right, so we've talked about prepositional phrases over the last couple of days. So remember that a prepositional phrase is going to tell you when or where usually, and it can be added. It's describing a noun. So again, it's attached to a noun. So if you think about this, our absolutes are going to be attached to the noun, and then you're using a noun in the absolute, so you can put a prepositional phrase in the absolute to continue adding, what was it? Imagery. And again, this is information that you can add or take away. All right, so we've got arms stroking against the current, body twisting for balance. Those are our added prepositional phrases. I've got my prepositional phrase, my object, my preposition, my object. So we've got phrases. It's adding information about the man struggling to keep the kayak upright in the Whitewater Rapids. It's showing us more than we had before. So it's imagining you don't actually have this photograph in front of you. You're writing this, and we have to see what's happening in this picture without the actual photograph to look at. All right, so here we've got a picture of a lion, right? So I want you to think about this. You're going to write an absolute brushstroke about the lion. So start with your simple sentence. So pause it and write a simple sentence about the lion. All right, so my simple sentence is the lion stalked, no, it's not a lion, sorry. I'm going to erase that because he's an elephant. Oops, I can't even find the eraser because he's an elephant. So we're going to say, it won't let me erase it. I don't know why. So having a problem here. Okay, we're going to say the elephant stalked toward the lions, right? Just a simple sentence. I've got my elephant is my subject, stalked is my verb. So then I want to add my appositive or my absolute at the beginning. So what might we think about? We've got his legs, we might have his tusks, we might have its like trunk. So we could say trunk bellowing. The elephant stalked toward the lions. Trunk bellowing, tusks rearing, like they could be rearing up. The elephant, God, why do I keep on calling lion? The elephant stalked toward the lions. So I want you to try it. I want you to write a sentence, and we're going to share them out in class on Monday. So I want you to have a good sentence here about the elephant approaching the lions. All right, so this is what they did. Feet stomping, ears flapping, the elephant charged toward the lions. A little bit different than what I did. And now you can go in and add prep phrases. Right? So feet stomping, wrong one. Feet stomping, in determination. Ears flapping with the breeze, the elephant charged the lions. All right, now, here's your final picture. You see this gymnast. You're going to start with a simple sentence. What's happening here on this balance beam? What's the gymnast doing? So remember, you want to think about nouns, right? So the gymnast is is flipping in front of the crowd. The gymnast is reaching toward the beam. And then you're going to add 2 to 3 absolutes. And then you're going to add prep phrases. When we come back together on Monday, we're going to share out our writing about the elephant and our writing about this gymnast, and we're going to clarify our thinking. All right, good luck.